Hello, my friends. Peace, shalom, salam, aloha, namaste. Blessed be, and may the Great Spirit walk with you. My name is Jonathan Rydell, Director of Christian Education at the First Congregational Church in Chappaqua. And today we are talking about the Exodus story. This week, our Sunday school class is performing a play based on the book of Exodus, specifically the part where Moses leads the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt and into freedom. I invite you all to watch the play in the video from our church service today, February 12th, 2023, which you can find on our YouTube channel. The story is full of so many exciting scenes, magical details, fascinating characters, and emotional moments. This story is also rich with lessons and meaning. Our play can only include a few of them, but for me, what is most important is how one man changed the lives of thousands of people and freed them from slavery. Moses wasn't born rich or powerful. He was actually the child of a slave, but he was adopted by the Pharaoh's wife and grew up in the Egyptian palace. He understood the culture of royalty, but also could relate to the poor Israelites who were their servants. Later, as a man, he chose to leave the palace and live as a simple shepherd. But as time went on, he couldn't help but be frustrated about how his Israelite people were treated by the Egyptians at the time. Then one night he heard the voice of God tell him to speak to Pharaoh and demand that the Israelites be free. Moses was scared. He didn't think he could do it, but God told him not to be afraid and to trust that what he was doing was right. From here, the story becomes thrilling, with magic and storms and escapes and chases. In the end, Moses does convince the Pharaoh to free the Israelite people, and Moses leads them out of Egypt. It's an amazing story. It's so inspiring to think of the difference one person can make in the world, one person who decides to speak up. His words inspired his people to have courage and act and leave when they could. And they inspired people who were doing the wrong thing to change their minds and do the right thing. Moses wasn't a mighty warrior. He did this all without raising a sword. He wasn't a clever politician, but he was willing to say what had to be said. Today we might think of great civil rights leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., who stood up and fought for the rights of African Americans, for people who stood up for the rights of women, for gay people, for transgender people. We might think of people like Gandhi or Nelson Mandela who peacefully protested against foreign powers who had taken over their country and treated their people badly. I hope you all have the courage to speak your mind, especially when you see something unjust or unfair, especially when you see someone being treated badly simply because of their race or where they come from or who they love. You don't have to be the one to fix it. You can start by telling a friend or a grown-up and let them help you. Search your heart, and if it feels like something is wrong, say something, just like Moses did. All right, my children, I love you very much. Have a great week and watch our play. Bye-bye.